day of 2025. There are 320 days left in the year. This is Valentine's Day. Good morning, MV, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose. Live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast. On Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country, and one last chance for you to win Parker McCollum tickets. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire, is my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Bing. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
Good morning, Valentine.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day. It's not that I never buy you roses, because I have, but it's rare,
It is rare
and that's why.
because I do not care for cut flowers, especially roses.
You want something with a little more permanency?
I do.
Something you can
Yes.
plant in the ground?
I do.
Something that you can enjoy more than 5 to 7
Yes.
days into the future?
Yes, I do.
And so for certain occasions, you have received one or
Yes.
a grouping or even a dozen,
And
but
they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I just like things that last.
they just wilt. And when
They
they
do.
start to wilt, it's like, oh, it's kind of disappointing. So, yeah, it's over. So needless to say, you're probably not getting roses today. He is the 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee. Covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley. And the sports. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
I'm tired. How are you?
I'm happy to announce that I'm irritation free. Well, sort of. So far today. Have you been irritated yet? Today, so far?
Not today, I don't think, at least.
Okay. Well, the reason I wonder is because you're not alone if you've been irritated. The average person gets irritated 30 times a day,
Ooh.
which seems like a high number considering there are only 24 hours in a day. You're probably sleeping somewhere around 8 of them. So that leaves a pretty high concentration of irritations for the remainder of the day. You think you're average, Sam? You think you're above average? What?
Oh, gosh, I don't even know. Probably under.
Okay.
I try to let things slide off.
I'd like you to have an irritation clicker, and just whenever you
I don't
get
think-
irritated, just
I don't-
click one off and go, okay, well, that way we'll know.
I don't think that sounds healthy.
You think that would be irritating, having to have an irritation clicker?
Without question. I know she would probably hate the sound.
Thank you.
They can- they
yes.
can make the
I would,
silent.
Sam.
That see
Make the
the
silent ones.
the thing is that the clicker would probably, every time I'd click my clicker, she'd have to click hers twice.
That's right.
Well,
So
yes,
if
at
you,
least.
if you got the average, then she'd get the average plus her normal irritations. It's a catch-22. Let's not do it.
I like that Sam is under, and I know that Sam is under.
You could almost tell it. couldn't
Yes, you can.
I think I knew the answer before I asked the question, but yet this is theater, so I have to act it out. Frigid but sunny morning, and then we're going to see clouds increasing ahead of tomorrow's heavy rain. We've been telling you about it most of the week. Ground's already saturated. If you're out walking, you'll notice just the precipitation we've received this week really hasn't gone much of anywhere, and the wind really hasn't blown. That typically will help dry things out. But we are going to see daytime heavy rain tomorrow, some evening storms, some flooding potential, I think through midday on Sunday. So just be prepared for that. If you're looking at the map, if you're watching, you see the map, you kind of see we're in some of that deluge category. We're going to see an alert day for tomorrow. Long-term snow expected a little bit on Sunday, maybe that mixing in. And then ahead to midweek, a possible accumulating snow for the region, but not quite sure of the exact location. But we'll see. We'll be keeping an eye on Wednesday to see what happens. It's going to be cold next week. We do know that. So enjoy the 41 degrees this afternoon, because tonight we will get down to 36. Tomorrow we'll bounce back to 56 and then into the cooler for several days. We'll see 56 tomorrow afternoon. We'll see right at the freezing point. We'll struggle to get to the freezing mark on Sunday. On Monday, we'll stay below it significantly on Tuesday, Wednesday, and only 18 degrees as our high on Thursday. So if we do get a snow event on Wednesday, there will be negligible melting on Thursday or Friday because the temperature is not going to be favorable, but maybe some marginal amount of convection that might help melt. We won't be above freezing again after Sunday afternoon, probably Sunday morning actually, until next Saturday when we'll be at 36, and then if you're looking a week out, we're at 38. So that's what you can expect weather-wise. We covered the flooding. Just be all of Kentucky, by the way, all 120 counties having a flooding potential. It shows you how widespread it is, and thank goodness that it's not snow.
Yes.
For the amount of rain.
Ugh.
For the amount of rain that we're going to get, if you transpose that into snow, you'd be talking about a significant event. Out of Washington yesterday, a federal judge yesterday temporarily blocked President Trump's recent executive order aimed at restricting gender-affirming health care for transgender people under the age of 19. That will continue to be an ongoing tug-of-war in the court system, and I think what you've seen from the Trump administration in the first 3 weeks or so is that, I guess closing in on 4 weeks, that there are lots of things that they are making moves on that they know will get tested, but they're worthy of having a conversation to see where the law resides, and then where the law isn't in their favor, then they know where they need to go back to Congress and explore remedies in that regard. RFK is the new HHS secretary as of yesterday. He moved through the Senate, and he will have control of $1.7 trillion in federal spending, vaccine recommendations, and food safety, as well as health insurance programs for roughly half the country. He said last night he had prayed every day for the last, I think, 20 years, he said, that he would be in a position to be able to cure our society of some of its health evils, including for our children. And so you've seen the acronym of MAHA, Make America Healthy Again. So we'll see what he's able to do. You know, he's been beaten up, and I think it's worthy of being, I don't know if skeptic is the right word, but asking the proper questions about things that we commonly believe in the way of vaccines, etc. And then what do they cause? What do they not cause? Are there correlations between? Is there an indicator of? I think it's healthy to have those discussions, but there are some ways that he has been a little more radical or unconventional, and so he's gathered this label that makes people skeptical of his abilities, including Senator Mitch McConnell, who had polio as a child. He was the only no vote among Republicans yesterday, but that is just following up on a recent line of votes that have gone against his Republican brethren and sisterin, which, you know, I have defaulted. I have given, by default, because of the length of time that he's been there, I've sort of just had to say, well, there must be a reason that he feels that way. And I would be anxious to hear an explanation on this, but the longer I look at it, it just seems that he's anti the Trump agenda. And is he founded in doing so? Maybe he has his reasons, maybe they're legitimate reasons, but they're unknown to me at this time. He and President Trump have had they've had ups, and then they've had severe downs, and they're currently on a down. But I've not seen a voting bloc turn on a long-term, long-serving senator as quickly as I have seen it in the recent weeks and months on Senator McConnell. And it makes me wonder if Leader McConnell former Leader McConnell, is not also now in a situation similar to where President Biden was, in that they're surrounded by people that maybe aren't sharing with them the harsh realities of really what's going on. I think we saw that in the late era of the Biden administration. I think he was unaware that he had lost the country, and I'm wondering now if Leader McConnell is fully aware how much of the Commonwealth that he has lost because of the way that he's voted against some of these nominees. But history will judge whether he was right. We'll see how the Tulsi Gabbards and the Kash Patels and the RFKs do. We'll find out how they do and whether McConnell's vote was warranted or whether it was not the right move. We'll find out. The governor of Kentucky has joined 22 other Democratic state attorneys general in a letter that files a lawsuit nationwide against the Trump administration over a federal funding freeze that's impacting programs in the Commonwealth. He says the freeze has affected Medicaid, the Appalachian Regional Council, the Abandoned Mine Lands Program, and more. And so he is seeking a remedy in order to get those funds flowing again. There were several attorneys general in the country that signed on in late January. Our attorney general was not one, clearly, and not A.G. Coleman was not. Governor Beshear did take action yesterday, and I want to offer you some clarity on this because you're probably going to hear people trying to connect dots that don't really need to be connected. But Governor Beshear took action yesterday to fill an unintended shortfall in the state's main funding source for K through 12 schools, saying he wants to head off mid-year cutbacks in school districts. The governor said he authorized an additional $14.7 million in SEEK funding for Kentucky's 171 public school districts in the current academic year. That amount is meant to plug the shortfall within parts of the SEEK formula that are required by law to be paid to districts. Here's what happened. Last year was the budget session, and the legislature passed the budget on education and laid out the spending and said, here's what it's going to be. They authorized, they felt like there was a potential because they're trying to look at this in 24-month periods. They felt like there would be a shortage or could be a shortage in the SEEK funding that is required by law to be filled. And so they authorized the governor at the halfway point to say, it'll be up to you to make the dispersion in the amount necessary in order to fulfill state law, et cetera. So you'll find some people who will be saying, well, Beshear did this. Well, he did what he was charged to do and make sure that Kentucky schools were funded at the SEEK level. So just wanted to make sure you had some clarity on that. 2 Hart County men have been sentenced in federal court for conspiring to distribute deadly fentanyl. The U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Kentucky announced the 23-year-old Dominic Woods of Bonneville was sentenced to 5 years in prison after being found guilty of conspiracy to distribute more than 40 grams of fentanyl and possession of a firearm by a felon. Conspiring with Woods to distribute was 36-year-old Joshua Sanders of Munfordville, who was sentenced to 33 months in federal prison after being convicted of conspiracy to traffic and possession, etc. An elderly male has perished in a Barron County house fire. The deadly blaze occurred on Coral Hill Halfway Road, about 5 miles northeast of Glasgow yesterday morning, about 8:47. The victim was identified as 71-year-old James Lane. The investigation is ongoing. There have been nearly $1 million, $932,000 to be exact, in grants awarded to clean illegal dumps up in 17 counties. I will spare wasting your time on the full 17, but Butler, LaRue, and Warren are on the list of counties that are close to us. I saw Sam's eyebrows raised. My eyebrows raised in the same way. Kentucky exports nearly $48 billion. I think I saw you smile, too. Did you expected a joke was coming?
I did.
Kentucky exports nearly $48 billion in 2024 and sets the record by nearly 19%. We shipped $47.7 billion in exports, which is up 19% over the year before. Canada once again led the way as the top export destination for us. The United Kingdom was next, France was after that, China was after that, and then Mexico. Those are the top 5. We're also doing a fair amount of trade with Brazil, the Netherlands, Malaysia, Germany, and Singapore. Aerospace products and parts remain Kentucky's top export in 2024, but clearly we're exporting several different things, including bourbon, et cetera, which we talked about earlier in the week. The Grayson County High School and middle school archery teams recently participated in a couple of competitions, with a high school competitor winning the overall championship and 2 other teammates earning top 20 finishes. Landon Johnson won the Valentine Shootout held at Brett County Middle School with 277 points. He bested 112 other male competitors at the event. Dax Lastly shot 269. Brandon Hood shot 257. Coming in 3rd place, so congratulations to them. The Cougar basketball team will host tonight. How many more home games do they have, Sam? The boys.
The boys have 2, so tonight
Okay.
and Tuesday. The Lady Cougars finished up home play last night.
Right. So recap last night's game first. Sam.
Tough one for the Lady Cougars. Central Hardin's Juliana Stith, 42 last night for her. which, from what I saw on social media this morning, tied their school record for most points in a single game. She could have thrown it into a pin-sized hoop, it felt like. So it just was one of those nights for the Lady Cougars. So their 8-game winning streak was snapped. So they are now, I think, what is it now, 16-9, I think is their record. And then the Cougar boys tonight, they will host South Warren at 7:30. Will be the start time of that game over on K105, K105 Digital Productions as well. Then they will also play at home on Tuesday against Davis County, which is, in the most recent media poll, the number 1 team in the region. So you get 2 top 5 region teams that will match up on Tuesday. So I know if you're looking for something to do either tonight or Tuesday, I highly recommend, because Tuesday's game especially will be really entertaining between 2 of the top teams that you could be seeing at the world famous Sports Center here in a couple of weeks.
The Lady Cougars will play Madisonville tomorrow, but not in Madisonville.
No, thank goodness. Thank goodness, not in Madisonville. Not that that's that far or that hard to get to, but it's just it's at Breckenridge County, and if I can drive to Breckenridge County instead of Madisonville, I'm going to take that. So 6:30 will be the start time of that game on the Moose, because originally that game was going to be on K105, but they've moved it back to 6:30, and the Cats play. So the Cats will preempt the Cougars to the Moose.
Yeah, UK will countdown is at 5:30 tomorrow afternoon. And then the UK women, by the way, number 3 Texas defeated the UK women 67-49 yesterday. Both those teams are in action on Sunday. Kentucky will host Georgia. The men will play down in Austin tomorrow. I don't know. It's been few times they have played in Austin. I don't know how many.
Once.
But it'll be one time, and that clearly was before Texas was in the SEC.
Well, no, they've never played Texas there. Because that was Patrick Sparks. Remember 2004 Michigan State?
That was in Austin?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I'm pretty sure that was the year. Yeah, in 2004 they played there, I think, when they won against Michigan State.
I saw that clip earlier this week of Patrick hitting that shot, but I guess I never realized that was in Austin. So anyway, interesting factoid. And then I'm gonna have a busy Sunday. I got normal Sunday stuff to do. SNL 50 is Sunday night, which obviously you got to be part of. But then the Great American Race is Sunday afternoon, the Daytona 500. JR Motorsports has an entrant in the Daytona 500. So we know Junior. We've met him before, so I guess we got to be for.
You got to meet him. We waved.
Some of us did. Yeah, absolutely. Got to get to a break. We'll come back to Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about the history of Valentine's Day. And don't forget, later on in the show, your chance to win tickets to see Parker McCollum tomorrow night. That's coming up here on In the Know.
Owensboro Health means more than just health care. We're proud to support students and schools all across our region. This winter, join us at select high school basketball games for our Game On initiative. We're bringing the excitement with halftime contests, free t-shirts, and a whole lot of team spirit. Together, let's celebrate our student athletes and their incredible efforts. Owensboro Health wishes all teams a safe, successful, and healthy season. Game on, and we'll see you on the court.
The mobile unit from Intensive Health brings trusted, high-quality addiction treatment right to your community. Serving 5 counties, including Grayson, our innovative services offer telehealth treatment, mental health counseling, medical health assessment, primary care, and general medical services. We also offer hepatitis C and HIV screenings and treatment. No more long travels for essential care. We are discreet and accessible. Visit intensivehealth.com to find out more. A StepWorks recovery service.
Successful small business owners know that having an ally in decoding the data of your business performance is vital. A trusted source that can interpret financial reports, advise on tax code, and assess overall performance can be the difference between sleepless nights and peace of mind. The certified public accounting firm of Buckles, Travis & Hart is your ally in making sure your business is performing at an optimum level. Call or contact today to find out how Buckles, Travis & Hart can help fine-tune your business to create peak performance. 270-259-5604. GraysonCPAs.com.
Every child deserves to feel safe, heard, and loved. Right now, there are children in our community facing tough times, and they need someone to stand by their side. That someone could be you.
My name is Misty, and I'm the 4-H Extension Agent from LaRue County, and I'm a proud CASA volunteer.
My name is Debbie Childress, and I'm the Executive Director of the Grayson County Alliance, and I'm a proud CASA volunteer.
My name is Kitty Smith. I am a proud CASA volunteer from Meade County. You can be a CASA too.
It only takes a few hours a month to make a lasting impact. Your voice can help a child find hope and stability during the most difficult moments. Visit CASAHeartland.org or call us today to learn more. Help us build brighter futures, one child at a time.
The Grayson County Health Department reminds you of the importance to get vaccinated. It's important not only to protect yourself, but your friends, family, and co-workers. The Grayson County Health Department is committed to keeping our community safe. Walk-in clinics offer both the COVID-19 and flu vaccines, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Visit 124 East White Oak Street or myhealthdepartment.org. Grayson County Health Department. Together, we are better.
Google Whisk is now available in 100-plus countries. The AI photo remixing tool debuted in the U.S. a year ago, allowing users to upload 3 images and mix them together. While Whisk's availability has greatly expanded, it's still not available in India, Indonesia, the EU, and the UK. Elon Musk is making a $97 billion bid for controlling interest in OpenAI, the startup that he helped found. Speaking outside of this week's AI summit in Paris, the ChatGPT company's CEO, Sam Altman, called Musk's offer ridiculous.
The company is not for sale. It's like another one of his, tactics to try to mess with us.
OpenAI is currently in the process of transitioning to for-profit status, something that Musk opposes. His company, xAI, competes with OpenAI with its generative AI assistant, Grok. And Apple Maps plans to follow Google's lead and rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. The change is in response to orders from President Donald Trump. Google announced in late January that it would comply and activated the change this week. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Of lovers sleep and tide are rolling by like thunder now. As I look in your
Today is a good day for you, Miss Bubbles, because it's Organ Donor Day.
Ah, yes. Please be an organ donor.
It is Library Lovers Day,
Listen.
and it is Valentine's Day. All 3 together, which kind of makes sense, especially on the organ donors, the heart, donate organs. Tomorrow is Have a Heart Day. Oh, no, that's today. Have a Heart Day. It's also Ferris Wheel Day today. Tomorrow is Gumdrop Day. It's Hippo Day.
All right.
Sunday is Almond Day, Innovation Day, and Tim Tam Day. Tim Tam is a dessert. It's an Australian dessert, and it was named by a manufacturer from Australia who attended the Kentucky Derby, and Tim Tam won the Derby that year, and so that's what he named his creation. So Tim Tam is named because of the Kentucky Derby. So that's what we're celebrating.
Okay.
It is obviously Valentine's Day today, and you kind of wonder. It makes you wonder. Well, so how did Valentine's turn into what it has been, into a billion-dollar holiday? Just so happens it lines up this year as part of a long holiday weekend, with President's Day being Monday. Now, Grayson County School participants clearly don't get the holiday on Monday, but it is a federal holiday. So you got Valentine's Day, and then you got the weekend, and then President's Day. The most with significant others have gone out to buy the requisite greeting cards and chocolates, etc. You may have read Chaucer's Canterbury Tales in high school English literature class, but the poet is also thought to be the source of modern ideas about Valentine's Day. In a 1981 academic article, the University of Kansas professor Jack Orrick argued that Chaucer's 1375 poem Parliament of Fools was the first to record St. Valentine's Day as a romantic tradition. And so I have a history with Canterbury Tales, as you might recall. I was asked to read them aloud in senior English class, and I did Mark's version of the Canterbury Tales instead of Chaucer's version. Gen Z plans to spend the most on Valentine's Day and is expected to budget about $235 for today. Around 1 in 10 Zoomers admit to overspending. The three most popular Valentine's Day gifts are expected to buy this year are candy, flowers, and cards. And where is Valentine's Day celebrated? Well, it is celebrated in the United States. It is celebrated in Canada. It's celebrated in Mexico, the United Kingdom, France, and Australia. And they're celebrating it today. You know, sometimes our holidays are celebrated differently around the globe, but that's
I'll
where
be
we are.
I'll be interested what the card industry looks like in 20 years.
Yeah.
Me too. I received one already this morning, so it's alive. It's alive and well. In addition to being the unofficial patron of love, St. Valentine is also the patron of beekeepers.
I did know that. Yeah.
What I'm calling by the numbers, so clearly important to the community of Clarkson. Would that make St. Valentine the official saint of Clarkson? If he's the saint, he's the patron saint of beekeepers, wouldn't it?
I
Does
guess
there need
guess
to
you
be an
got
official-
you got to ask Mayor Bonnie.
I think I'm calling for an official proclamation of some kind that St. Valentine
Well,
be.
do you know the police chief here?
Yeah,
think you-
but I don't know that he has declaration powers as far as days and
Well,
patron saints, etc.
His daughter does.
Yeah, she can do whatever she wants. So, 27% of those who buy flowers on Valentine's Day are women. So 1 in 4. 16% of flowers purchased by women on Valentine's Day are for themselves. The average person spends 2 weeks of his or her life kissing,
Okay.
and the average person spends 2 years of their life wrestling. By the numbers for Valentine's Day. Now, if your Valentine is highly intelligent, I do want to provide you with a list of things that has zero patience for. This is 7 things highly intelligent wives have zero patience for. If you have a highly intelligent wife and have had one for some period of time, I'm probably preaching to the choir. But for those of you who are new, I will share. I'll give you some crib notes. 1, lack of emotional intelligence, not having it. 2, passive-aggressive behavior, poo-pooing that. Flimsy excuses, can't get down with that. Weaponized incompetence. Weaponized incompetence, what is that? Gendered expectations disguised as natural roles, can be deeply ingrained and led to unconscious biases that affect task division, emotional expression, and power distribution. So the men who decide, I don't know how to do laundry, so I'm incompetent, I can't do it, I can't operate the dishwasher, I can't do, that's weaponized.
Or it's the I don't fold it the right way.
Oh, yeah. You can fold it however you want. And if it's a big enough deal to me, I'll refold it.
Well, see, there you go. There you go. You're playing into it.
No, not necessarily. Listen, there's no weaponized incompetence. But if I decide that my obsessive compulsiveness, again, you noticed I didn't put a D on the end of that. If my obsessive compulsive nature is that the toilet paper's got to go over the top and it's worth it to take my time to turn it that way, then so be it.
Well, yeah, because you're not a heathen. There's no other way to describe it than that.
Easy, Sam.
6.
I mean, that's the
shallow
only
connection.
proper way to do it. No, why do you go underneath? That just doesn't make sense.
It's the way it was drawn in the patent. Was over.
Yeah.
And if it's underneath,
Well, we
it
know
can
that's
get
why
away.
you. I'm just more saying physics. That's the way that physics describes it.
Physics,
Because if you do underneath, then you get too much of it.
The over is a natural break.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a natural braking system when it goes over.
And then
the
it's
top.
closer to you too. When you're sitting on the throne, those 3 or 4 inches are important.
Shallow connection. Highly intelligent wives have zero patience for that. And game playing. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
On playing games. Now, if you are a parent and you teach your kids these 4 skills, they will grow up to be good Valentines and less likely to be bratty. How to make good decisions on their own. Using open-ended questions and reflective listening not only helps eliminate a ton of unnecessary friction with your kids, it also gives them a social skill that can prevent behavior problems in the future. How to be a social observer to help your child stop arguing and build awareness. Introduce the concept of the social spy. Social spies observe people in different settings and then record their observations about social cues, including volume, tone, eye contact, physical presence, interrupting, and arguing. I think that people watching is a very valuable experience, like absorbing the old proverbial reading the room. When you can see how other people are behaving and then see what it looks like, you go, I don't want to model that type of behavior because now I can see it and I don't want to look like that. I think it's helpful. 3, how to be polite even when bored or annoyed. That's a skill that many adults even don't have.
The whole kill them with kindness kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just be polite in general. It typically can't fail you. And even, like you say, heaping coals on their head is when someone wants you to get mad and you refuse to and you continue to be polite. Well, that torments them even more. And what's funny, number 4, I did not read ahead, but I just said how to read a room. The 4th thing is if you teach your kid how to read a room, they're less likely to be bratty in the future. Kit Kat has a brand new flavor. Now, it's only at Costco right now, so it might be harder for you to...
I've got a connection for there.
You do? Okay. Well, then maybe since you've got the hookup, maybe you can procure some. But it's cotton candy, and it's blue. The chocolate is that, like, electric blue color. So, we willing to try this?
I don't...
Well, we don't have snack time anymore, so.
That's true. I'm not a huge fan of cotton candy. It's so sticky, and if you ever get it on your once it gets, it's just, I don't know. I don't mind the taste of it so much, but it's so hard to deal with and eat. And then I am learning about the 14-year-old human calculator who broke 6 Guinness World Records in one day. A 14-year-old Indian math prodigy known as the human calculator says yoga meditation keeps his brain nimble. He is Aryan Shukla of India. He recently broke 6 world records in math in one day. So here's what he now holds the record for. The fastest time to mentally add 100 4-digit numbers. That's 30.9 seconds. Wow, 100 4-digit numbers. I'll presume they weren't all 1,000.
I don't even know that I could do that in a calculator that quick.
The fastest time to mentally add 200 4-digit numbers. That's a minute, 9 seconds. Almost a minute 7. Almost a minute 10. The fastest time to mentally add 50 5-digit numbers. That took him 18 seconds. The fastest time to mentally divide a 20-digit number by a 10-digit number set of 10. That's 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes. The fastest time to mentally multiply 2 5-digit number sets of 10, 51 seconds. And the fastest time to mentally multiply 2 8-digit numbers sets of 10. Okay? Coming up on the show, we're going to see how we do on all of those records. See if we're going to set any of those. No. I know 5 plus 5 is 10. We're going to be showcasing some great skills. Got to get to a break. We come back. Today's Did You Know is coming up. Plus, if you want to see Parker McCollum tomorrow night in Louisville, then you'll want to hang around because we have the water cooler question coming right up here on In the Know.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start March 17th. Visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, College for the Real World.
Parker McCollum. Get the man I am. What kind of man do you need? What Kind of Man Tour 2025. This Saturday, KFC Yum Center. Multi-platinum selling artist Parker McCollum live. Special guests Cameron Marlowe and William Beckman. On On sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Parker McCollum Live.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-961-1527. That's 800-961-1527. 800-961-1527.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
K105 weather from the Wave Storm Tracking Team is brought to you by Smith Overhead Door, SOHD.info.
Twin Lakes weather.
Clouds increase today with highs near 40 degrees. For tomorrow, a flood watch in effect for most of the region as we watch for rounds of heavy rain in the forecast. Once we get into Sunday, that rain moves out and some snow will move into the area. From the Wave News Storm Tracking Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrews.
Don't miss the hottest songs in the country on American Top 40 this weekend. We hear about the new album from Tate McRae, and Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars make a run for the #1 song. It all goes down this weekend on American Top 40.
Did you know every year more than 11,000 Americans are injured while trying new wrestling moves? 11,000 Americans injured.
What, like an RKO or pile drive?
Just keep that in keep that in mind as you're coming off the top rope with the pile driver. Here's today's water cooler question. Parker McCollum is at the Yum Center tomorrow night in Louisville, and we have lower arena tickets for you if you can solve today's water cooler question by texting your answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000 is where you're going to text your answer, and the question is this: 40% of married women can't remember this about their relationship. What is it? 40% of married women can't remember this about their relationship. What is it? Text your answer to 270-259-6000. 270-259-6000.
Do you think she remembers?
Absolutely.
Okay, well that helped tremendously.
She's got it.
Oh dear, the pressure is on.
40% of married women can't remember this about their relationship. What is it? Text your answer to 270-259-6000. The weekend movie premieres are out today. And that Led Zeppelin movie that opened last weekend in IMAX only is now open in wide release. So if you want to see that at the normal theater, you can probably go out and see it today. You might want to check your various theaters that you might be headed to, because I don't want you to show up there and it not be on. But the other movies that are out today, I'm trying to find my list of those because I don't want to misinform you. Becoming Led Zeppelin is expanding wide today after being in IMAX last weekend. Captain America, Brave New World, we saw the trailer for that. It's good. And Paddington in Peru, so a Paddington Bear movie. Hugh Bonneville, Emily Mortimer, and Ben Whishaw. We told you that Kendrick Lamar has like the title song from the soundtrack on the Captain America movie, and it stars Anthony Mackie. He's the new Captain America, I believe, and Harrison Ford is in it as well. I think Harrison Ford plays the president, I believe.
I think that's right.
Is what I saw. The Accountant 2, so the Ben Affleck movie, The Accountant, is going to be coming out. Listen, I've been really impressed with the original movie. It's so, being the son of an accountant, you look at the title and you go, oh, okay, I wonder what that's about. Well, yeah, I mean, he's an accountant, but he's got a special set of skills that not all accountants have. So the sequel to the 2016 thriller will be released in late April. And they did it intentionally. It comes out on April the 25th, so right after tax season. All the accountants can get, rested up and be ready to see The Accountant 2 starring Ben Affleck. Christian is the title character's name. So that will be coming out. Also, Ben Stiller, he's involved in Severance. And did we get to the second episode of Severance, or are we still stuck on one?
I feel like I'm still stuck on one.
We
maybe.
tried it because it's been #1 in most of the charts.
It just keeps staying there, but
it's so odd, and it's intentionally odd. But I'm waiting for the hook. Like I keep waiting, going.
I have multiple people that have been telling me to watch it, Zach.
it seems all over. Yeah.
I want to know how far so how far do I have to go before the hook gets set?
I mean, Zach is a big fan, and I have another friend who has been telling me that he specifically said that I would enjoy it. I just haven't gotten around to because
So
this time
what
of
does
year.
Zach typically like though.
You don't want to know.
That's kind of that's where I'm kind of.
I mean, Zach likes a lot of different stuff. In all seriousness,
I would say the word I would use is eclectic.
Yeah,
but I don't think.
And I think he'd admit that.
I don't think his eclectic and your eclectic are necessarily the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be listening to some hardcore screamo bands later tonight.
Probably not.
Well, and if anybody wants to jump in the comment section, I am looking for new television to watch. I prefer murder, mystery, anything forensic. That'd be great.
I wonder if Murder, She Wrote, the entire catalog is available somewhere. You could watch all the Angela Lansbury
I'm pretty
you want.
sure it is, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them all.
So the reason I mentioned Severance is because Ben Stiller has been freed up from his involvement in Severance to do The Band. Now, it is not about the band he used to be in. It's not about The Band, who just recently lost their last member. This is about and offers an inside look at the music industry centered on Oscar, that's Stiller's character, who is a pop impresario and talent mogul beset by scandal, who is tasked with forming a new act in order to save his career and perhaps his soul. So, The Band, The Accountant, so that's one of the
Christy Lindsay recommends here in the comments section the show Lioness.
We've watched
seen it.
that.
It's very good.
It's so good. Thanks, Lindsay.
It's so
Keep them coming.
I've never seen that.
I love the strength of the women.
It's
like
good.
Nicole Kidman is very strong in that. The lead is strong. Keep them coming, Lindsay. Thank you. Grammy Hall of Fame inducts recordings by Santana, Jay-Z, Luther Vandross, Emmylou Harris, and more. So you can look into that if that's something that you are interested in. I'll give you a quick reminder on the water cooler question. 4 in 10 married women can't remember this about their relationship. What is it? Text the answer to 270-259-6000. We've been hearing for the last couple of days that Kanye and Bianca are Splitsville. And you would imagine after their stunt at the Grammys, maybe when they got home, she might have said, "What did you make me do?" But on the other side of that, I would offer, well, I doubt you were dragged kicking and screaming.
Right.
And did anybody know who she was before this?
No, and supposedly she's got, they've been married since 2022, so she's got, I don't know if it's prorated by the number of days or length, but it's about a $5 million that she's going to walk away with if But now we're hearing at least his rep saying, no, they're not Splitsville. That's just a complete rumor. But Kim Kardashian has spoken out on the matter and says you can't live with the new person. You know, like they seem to have a pretty good relationship for quite some time. They obviously have children together. And Kanye, while being maybe a little unconventional, he at least seemingly was relatively normal.
Is that the word you're going to go with?
Unconventional?
Uh-huh.
Prior to his break, prior to his mental break, I would have thought he was just unconventional, you know, like culturally he's probably okay, but now he's just, as our Brit friends would say, he's round the bend, which without a doubt. So hopefully he gets some help. We got to get to a break. We'll come back, see who's going to see Parker McCollum tomorrow night, and we'll have the Point to Ponder, some chart toppers, may sprinkle in a Valentine song or two. Hang around here on In the Know.
You can't help but notice it's Valentine's Day, and everywhere you turn are heart-shaped balloons, bouquets of red roses, and more candy than even Willy Wonka would suggest eating. It's a commercialism bonanza that many people feel has stripped the day of any true romance. So should we celebrate Valentine's Day or simply dismiss it? Hi, this is Jim Daly with Focus on the Family. I can almost hear the nervous laughter among husbands across the nation. The thought of coming home without so much as a card or a small box of chocolates just doesn't sound like a wise move, and therein lies the problem. A growing number of couples feel the commercialism surrounding Valentine's Day has reduced romance to a sack full of trinkets purchased at the last minute. It's as if on this day, love isn't legitimately expressed without a gift of some sort. So what are we to do? Well, start by giving careful thought to what makes your spouse feel loved. Maybe the traditional store-bought ideas really are the way to her heart. Or maybe she'd prefer a cozy night by the fireplace sipping hot chocolate. Whatever you do, the important thing is be intentional, thoughtful, and heartfelt. It's about recapturing the substance of the holiday. After all, Valentine's Day is an opportunity to show your sweetheart how much they enrich your life. And it's never wrong to celebrate that. To help your family thrive, visit FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten. Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
The Grayson County Health Department reminds you of the importance to get vaccinated. It's important not only to protect yourself, but your friends, family, and co-workers. The Grayson County Health Department is committed to keeping our community safe. Walk-in clinics offer both the COVID-19 and flu vaccines, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 11 and 1 to 3. Visit 124 East White Oak Street or myhealthdepartment.org. Grayson County Health Department. Together, we are better.
The memories are all in my mind, and now that we've come to the end of our
MB's Point to Ponder for today.
There's something
Can we get Buckwheat to sing Buckwheat's favorite songs? Aunts, ties, feet times, and Mayday. That's a great Saturday Night Live sketch. Aunts, ties. Wonder how many marriage proposals today. That's what I'm pondering. Wonder how many marriage proposals will be thrown today.
I heard already know of an anniversary.
Yeah. So I looked it up after I was pondering. Apparently 6 million today. There are annually 6 million wedding proposals on Valentine's Day, but it is not the number one. The number one holiday for wedding proposals is Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's a twofer.
yeah. So you think about, you go, 6 million. So we got what, 350 million people in the country?
Yeah.
So, but if 6 million every year are, and then if Christmas is more than that, it makes you wonder, well, how many marriage proposals are there annually in the United States? When you factor in all the days, I'd say it has to be a lot. The water cooler question for today: 4 in 10 married women can't remember this about their relationship. What is it?
Sam has to go first.
Sam, what did you write down?
Their first kiss?
Their first kiss.
See, that one was up there.
Okay.
For me.
Miss Buckles, what did you write down?
Didn't really write down anything.
You didn't write down anything? You
But
don't have an
first
answer?
kiss was one. Location of first kiss, first date. I don't know. I know all of mine, so that kind of threw me.
Exactly. The correct answer is their first date.
Okay.
Their first date, and 7103 was selected of all the correct answers. Congratulations, 7103. If you'll send your name and your email address to 270-259-6000, we will get you your Parker McCollum tickets for tomorrow night. So congratulations. Enjoy your time at the show. On TV tonight, of course, we have Cougar basketball. What time we going to do coverage?
7:10-ish.
7:10-ish?
So yeah, somewhere in that range, sometime between 7 and 7:15. So you'll have Cougars against South Warren. It's the rematch of the Owensboro Health Holiday Classic championship game from 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So we get that. So I'm sure we'll mention that at least once. And you did have two. Leanne did write in. I wanted to say "Dead to Me" on Netflix is her recommendation.
I saw that one, and I
Yeah,
also
we've not tried that, have we?
saw Unconventional.
No, I think Unconventional was a reference to him, Mark calling Kanye unconventional.
Oh, my bad.
Unconventional?
Yeah, well, I added it to my show list. Sorry.
It might be a show too, and it might be good. I don't know.
All right.
Trying to be
I
sensitive.
keep a note of my phone of all the shows. So
On TV tonight, Happy's Place is on NBC. NCIS Sydney is on CBS, along with Fire Country and SWAT. Four Nation Face-Off tomorrow, Finland and Sweden, and the USA and Canada. I think if Canada loses, I think they have to become the 51st state. I think that's what's up for grabs. Did President Trump called Trudeau Governor Trudeau yesterday? He so trolled him. That was funny. SNL 50, the anniversary special on Sunday evening. The Daytona 500 is on Sunday afternoon, so big day for me. And then today's highlight in history, this date in 2018. Oh, this is the tragedy, anniversary of that tragedy at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. I forgot that was on Valentine's Day. Killed 17 students there. In 1876, Alexander Graham Bell and Elisha Gray applied separately for patents related to the telephone on the same day. Apparently, it was a race to the patent office. Michael Bloomberg is 83 today. Carl Bernstein is 81. Magician Teller of Penn & Teller is 77. Renee Fleming, the opera singer, is 66. Meg Tilly is 65. Jim Kelly, 65. Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20 is 53. Drew Bledsoe is 53. Gone but not forgotten, George Ferris in 1859. Jack Benny in 1894. Hugh Downs in 1921. Florence Henderson, 1934. I believe she's from Indiana, I think. Yeah. She is from Indiana. Steve McNair, born in 1973. Air McNair.
And also
Let's go-
Jared Lorenzen.
Jared Lorenzen, the hefty lefty, his birthday was today. He's gone but not forgotten.
Yep.
Born
He needs to be on your list.
He's born around probably 78, 79.
I think he would have been 45 today.
Yeah, good. Look at me. 1957, Johnny Ray, #1. You don't owe me a thing. Not true. That's Johnny Ray saying that. Let's go to 1966. Stevie Wonder's #1 with Uptight. Come on, sing. There you go. All right, let's move forward to the 1970s. This is,
like that one.
this is not one you want to hear on Valentine's Day from your Valentine. With Linda Ronstadt, you're no good. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. All right, let's go to the 1980s. 1984, Kool and the Gang #1. If you had Kool and the Gang twice on chart toppers on your bingo card this week, you get to cover up your space because we had Celebration a couple of days ago. All right, now here's one that you do want to hear on your Valentine's Day from your Valentine. 1993. It's funny, I see her 32 years ago, and I see Kevin Costner 32 years ago, so I see how Kevin Costner has aged in 32 years. It makes me wonder how she would have aged in 32 years. Like, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go to 2002. Steve Holy, #1.
How was your night? Mine was wonderful with you by my side. And when
Thank you, Steve. Let's go to 2011. Bruno Mars and Grenade, which always prompts the question, what did that girl do that warranted somebody throwing a grenade at her? I mean, I'd pump the brakes, Bruno. If she kept being grenades thrown at her, you might want to double check. What did it take? All right, let's go to 5 years ago today, Post Malone, #1, when everybody went, he looks unconventional. That guy's everywhere now. Commercials, crossover on the country charts. Drinking beer with that guy, Shane, what's his name?
Gillis.
Anyway. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here on Monday for another edition of our show. For Sam Gormley, for Beej, I'm MB, and now you're in the know.
The Twin Lakes Best Mix is WKHG Litchfield. The Twin Lakes Best Mix, K105.